All right, what's up, everybody? This is Pardon the Banks number 8. You know what I mean? Banks versus Davis. Usually I'm running it by myself with the Pardon the Banks, but today I do have a guest with me. It's been a minute. I told him I was going to do it. Like I tell people, I'm man of my word, even if it takes me a couple months or so. I get stuff done. So I don't know if y'all recognize this man to my, is it my left? Yeah, is it to my left? But if you haven't, you probably heard him on the Black Announce table as the one, the only Kung Fu Eddie.
Hello, hello. Kung Fu Eddie here with another TT. Well, actually, this is Banks versus Davis.
That's it. Now they
Hello,
definitely know who
everybody.
you are. Yeah.
Yes, I am the cute, adorable, chubby kid that sends TTMNs in the most popular show in wrestling. Well, not only wrestling and entertainment, because they're just like The Rock. They're gonna start off as sports entertainments, but then they're gonna go over the sports part, and they're just gonna be pure entertainment.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Number one of my favorite podcasts, and I'm not just saying it just because I'm on the Patreon. Before that, I'm always a fan first. One of my favorite podcasts ever.
Oh, I became a fan of them with the uh through wall culture when they said the
Mhm.
post about the Luther Vandross, like they were like Luther Vandross was a fan of wrestling, and they
Mhm.
posted a meme about that. Like I did not have that in my 2020 bingo card, and I was just like, that's pretty funny. And then like just randomly went through the grind and I found their podcast, and I was like, oh snap. Ah, something to listen to, because again, like my whole podcast game was just nothing but the Conrad universe,
Mhm.
and I needed something new and fresh, and the Black Announce Table, Black Wrestling Podcast. Those are the two that I started off with, and thanks to you and your production, I started going deeper in the rabbit hole with Black Variant, uh, Public Enemies, We Love Wrestling, and the list goes on. And I'm just like, well, I'm unsubscribing all of Conrad's podcasts. No disrespect to Conrad. It's just I need I need something different for my listening ears when I'm working out or jogging or doing anything, just in general, that I need my ears to be entertained by something other than Conrad.
Right, because you said it best. You were just like, yo, I need, well, you told me over the phone. Eddie
Hmm.
was like, "Yo, I need people that look like me or people that come from the same environment as me to listen to." And
Hmm.
that's the best thing about it because with the Black Announce Table, I found out about them. I want to say like early March when the lockdown first happened.
Yep. Same.
Yes,
Same.
yes, that's when I found out about them, and I think it was just because my guy Marcus, shouts out to Marcus, he was on there. He shouted them out, or somebody retweeted, and that's the power of the internet. And I was just like, oh, let me tap
Hmm.
in because otherwise, in that, I didn't know there were black, podcasts that talked about wrestling. So from day one,
Hmm.
I was a fan instantly, and then it went from that. It's like you said, BRP, and it kept growing from there. So now it's just mostly
Hmm.
if you're not people I really mess with, I don't listen to you. You feel me? And then there's just so
Yeah.
many podcasts, like I said on Twitter yesterday. It's like, bruh, it's not enough time in the day. Like these are taking over TV shows for me.
Hmm. Same. Because that's how it was for Up Up Down Down. Like, because again, a little bit of intro of me. I grew up in Houston, Texas, Missouri City side, so it's predominantly black and brown. So again, I grew up with Houston rap, Zero, Slim Thug, Trey the Truth, Lil Kiki, Paul Wall, Mike Jones. The list goes on, because the roster of Houston rappers is long. And again, like I've never felt comfortable, embracing the hip hop scene, because again, like during the early 2000s, if anybody is in my age group can remember that you have to be, it was in that era, like you stay in your culture and you stay there because you're not allowed to explore anything else. Until I got to high school, that's when I started embracing my love for hip hop. And then not only that, I started hanging out with people that love rock. So, and going back to that, I started, discovering wrestling, and I discovering video games, and going back to Up Up Down Down, like that was the main thing that I was watching and consuming other than wrestling, because it was just the love of both worlds, and that's why I love these podcasts with black wrestling and Black Announce Tables, because it's like two worlds that I feel like that I love so much that it could be in one. And I never thought I could have that until, I guess you could say evolution. We started growing and we started adapting to what the time says. I apologize because again, I talk a lot, as you can see.
No, hey, please do that because you know how I get down. I try
Yes.
not to talk a lot, so I'm like, hey, go ahead, trust me.
Oh, I say I don't talk a lot until 5 minutes have passed. I'm like, oh my god, I've been talking a lot.
Hey, please do. Like I said, it's your introduction. You feel me? And then you want to talk about the stuff that you want to talk about. That's why I said it's an open platform for you to
Yes.
come through on. So why not?
Yes, and like I said, it's just an honor because, like I said, like everybody always says, like, "Oh, why don't you do a podcast? Why don't you become a wrestler?" And it's just, I've never had that push. And again, and with the guys in the Black Variant, they always do this little 5 second thing. They're like, "Oh, we're about to give Banks his flowers, even though he doesn't like it, and I'm about to do the same thing in front of your face."
Okay, so this is how I'm
He's
gonna do you. Remove you straight from the
see
line.
what I
How about
mean?
that? Yeah. That's been going on for 2 weeks straight. I need y'all to really stop it. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, not just Black Variant, people in general for the past 2 weeks. I said, what the fuck is going on, bro?
All right. You know what? Y'all see us, y'all see me laughing. You're probably laughing in your ears too. So that's it. That was my compliment of the day.
There you go. Let's move on. I'll give you your flowers though,
Yes.
because you called in. I want to say around the summer of last year, and I
Mhm.
forgot what it was like early in the morning when I was listening to it. All I remember was Eve talking about he was going to there's talking about Publix chicken in Atlanta, something like that. You left a
Yeah.
voicemail. I forgot what you said, and that shit had me rolling. I forgot what you talked
Yeah.
about. I got to go back to that shit.
I said so many TTMS. Like at this point, I have no idea what I talk about or send. The only one that I could remember because they talked about it recently was the Keith Lee Eevee hat with the Pokemon, and
Mhm.
I'm just like, this is my dirtiness will come out and be like, hey, I actually know what Keith Lee is wearing on his head.
Yeah, because I think I left a not a voice note, but I think I left like a TTMN about that, and I said, "Oh, I asked them what Pokemon would you have in your head." That's what I asked because that's my thing. Everybody, I remember Davis even said it. He was like, "Bro, do you do this intentionally when you call in?" Like, yeah, because everybody else gonna ask the analytical, technical type questions. Like, no, let me ask some off the
Exactly.
wall shit.
I try to do that. I try to like at first like I was like asking like wrestling questions, and then like I remember sending one specific question. Now that we're talking and we're thinking, is that like that's why I asked them like, how do y'all view wrestling? And when they say it's just pure entertainment, I was like, all right, well let me stop talking about like, hey, what's just your favorite wrestling move or wrestling hold? Like I was just trying to be creative with my questions because again, like at first it started with the typing, and then Eve said like, hey man, if y'all gonna send these long ass messages, might as well just voice note it. And I was like, all right, you know what, I'm gonna voice note it. I started voice noting, and then I did little clips, and then I had that little moment with that one guy that called me out for my accent, and I'm just like, all right,
What?
you know what,
I think I remember that.
yeah. So hey, anybody that wants to know the story of why I've never respond, I just don't do internet beefs. They're not real. So I didn't want to entertain that guy. And then like the unselfish part of me is that if I start doing that, then that segment doesn't become TTMA. It just becomes that guy versus Kung Fu Eddie. And I didn't want that.
Who is this
And
jabroni?
who is this jabroni? This is bullshit. These motherfuckers.
Hulk Hogan, I humble you. I break your back. I ain't saying the
Break
rest.
you.
Yeah. I definitely ain't saying the rest. Fire for that.
Right.
No, but
But
whoever said
yeah,
that, I know it's not one of the, you know what I mean? Nobody that I've,
I
messed with
know,
from that. It's
I
definitely
knew
not
that
one of
part
them.
too. I knew
Yeah.
that part,
So whoever
and
that
like
jabroni is, hey, you worried about another grown man's voice, lightning brother.
exactly.
Who worries about another grown man voice? But I know it's definitely not somebody I mess with because we don't worry about
Mhm.
grown man voice. We want to hear women voices anyway.
I know, right?
Right.
I know.
Imagine me worried about a grown man voice, bro. But no, I think it was just funny when I first heard you on there. I was just like, I was just laughing. I was like, because you know what I mean? You can't comedy is comedy. You feel me? Like I tell people, you
Yeah.
can make comedy out of almost anything. You just gotta be very good with it. So when I heard your voice, I was laughing, but it's not like I'm laughing at your voice. I was just like, his voice is funny, but it's not like it's like bad. It was just hilarious when
Hmm.
I heard it. But after that, it was just
Oh
like, hey
yeah.
man, you gotta realize everybody ain't got bass in their voice, and that's not a problem.
Oh yeah, trust me. You can ask. I don't have kids, but I teach students. Oh, you can ask my kids. Like I have my fun-loving, hey, how's it going on? And I have my dad voice, and they
Mhm.
know when dad voice comes out, and they're just like, all right, well, we're gonna sit here, wait patiently, and we're just gonna see what he says. And then like next 2 minutes, hi guys, hey, how's everybody doing? You know all that stuff, and then be like, okay, all right,
You
we're
gotta
back.
have Davis come in and talk to your students.
Yeah.
Have, have him come in there and let him watch some Jay White matches.
Oh, right now I know he's loving Jay White right now. Him being the IWGP champion.
Oh,
Like
same here.
yeah. Well, I could tell by your title name.
It ain't up, but y'all see what the business is.
But I was just I just never thought they were gonna give it to another Gaijin, especially with Kenny Omega. You know, they're just like I feel like they were afraid that one Gaijin will get too successful and then they'll leave. But I feel like Jay White will be like the loyalist, like the Stan Hansen, the Brody. I was gonna say Brody Lee because there were so many Brodies out there.
Yeah,
What's it? Bruiser Brody? There you go. Because I
yeah,
was just like, I know it's not Brody King nor Brody Lee.
yeah. Bruiser.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Didn't
Bruiser
Bruiser Brody
Brody.
get stabbed up in Puerto Rico? I'm thinking about another one.
No, he got stabbed. No, but you got the right. You just got the wrong weapon. He got stabbed.
He stabbed. I don't know. I said
Um,
stabbed up. I know they sticked him a couple times in Puerto Rico. Ain't nothing to laugh at, but it happened.
yeah, sorry. You
No,
know.
no, no, not you. You could. Hey man, listen. I'm talking about me. Like
Oh
I
no,
said,
I
I
was
gotta.
looking. Oh no, you were looking down. I looked at the sky. I'm like, sorry.
Yeah, no, I was trying to multitask and shit. But no, I gotta. That's why I tell people. Like, I think people would know by now. My sense of humor, where it's at, is very off the wall.
Oh, mine's too. Like my first intro to like comedy was the Chappelle Show. Again, like something that I was so happy to watch, but I was too afraid to say it out loud that I watched the Chappelle Show because like everybody when the people look at me, they say like, "Oh, like he watches George Lopez show." I'm like, "Yeah, I watched that too, but I also have cable. I have
No,
access to Comedy
that was,
Central."
as Rick Ross says, that's racial for them to say that. Like, all right, bro, you got it.
Yeah.
Even though that show was phenomenal, but still, the ass this bad. Like, yo, I know you watched the George Lopez show, like everybody
Yeah.
else. Yeah, late at night, that shit
Yeah.
put you to
Yeah.
sleep. Not because it was a bad show, but that shit was calming.
No, but I watched it when it was in prime time television. So I watched it when it was in ABC
Yeah,
on Tuesday nights. There you go. I remember that, and then like I said, I after that I went to the Comedy Central section and saw and watching Dave Chappelle. And even to this day, like some of the jokes still stands. That's what's so like people don't understand how powerful the Chappelle show was. Like, yeah, you could watch it on Netflix, but it wasn't the same. Like y'all never gonna know that Fat Joe was a musical guest.
right. The
Because
comment,
all
the food was
yep,
like that rendition that's on the B album was from there. Because I remember I had the
that was
bootleg of Common B album, and they didn't have that version on there.
yeah,
And then
like
on They Say they had GLC.
hmm yeah, that was my first intro to Kanye West and Common because of the Chappelle show. Because
Mhm.
again, like my love for hip hop, like again, like being in Houston, especially during the early 2000s, if anybody knows from Houston, like when you listen to hip hop, it was always the same people, like the other Houston group. And then because of the Chappelle show and the growth of the internet, like you start discovering like all this new music from the past, and it's just like wow, like even through a fresh ears, an old music can feel so new. And it's just one of those things that like I love about music, because it's just like one of those things that like it doesn't matter like when you can hear it. If it's good back then, it's gonna be good now, and it's gonna be good forever. Like with Michael Jackson, Prince, Queen, like that's just my library. I could go from like hip hop scene to like heavy metal to bachata, reggaeton, and I could go back to like hip hop and alternative rock. Like right now, I'm listening to Stain. I don't know why I was listening to Stain. I just one of those things that like I want to go back to my high school days. Be like, and now we're here together, and I'm just like, I don't know. All right, you know what? Let me go back to Bad Bunny.
Yeah, no, I love staying though. So hey man, I'm on the outside.
Uh,
I can see through you. See you tomorrow.
if y'all don't know about Stay, that's you had a successful relationship in high school.
Facts, facts, bro. Because the high school I went to, I definitely shouldn't have been listening to Stain, even though it wasn't that far from the area you will listen to that.
Yeah.
Because in LA,
Hmm.
Gardena High and all that is like, if you go west, like you start going towards the beach, like El Segundo Beach and all that. So if
Yeah.
I go further down, I definitely would have been cool listening to that. But at Gardena, I was like, nah. I went to school with of course people that look like me, the Africans, real
Yeah.
Africans. Uh a lot of shouts out to the Mexicans, a lot of my Mexican people, Hispanic people, you feel me? And Samoans.
There you go.
And the Samoans beating the shit out the Spanish people because they was trying to be tough. No
Yeah.
disrespect, but the LA,
I know.
I don't need to get into all that. But
I
listen,
know.
they was trying to
Trust.
be tough, and them Samoans was up. Hey man, listen, I seen y'all talk about the WWE shit. Imagine seeing it in real life without a mat,
Yeah,
and they wasn't
exactly.
bumping.
Like, you think all Samoans are just gonna be like the Usos and Roman Reigns and Rikishi, and it's like they look like them, but they're actually like 10 times tougher. And like, I remember the first time I saw a Samoan, I was just like, man, I thought you just lived on TV, man. I never thought I was gonna see a Samoan in real life.
So I never seen it. And
I
the
saw
thing
I
is, the
saw the
Usos
I
is the
saw the
smaller
tribal
ones.
tattoo. Huh?
Yeah, the Usos the
I,
smallest ones, believe it or not.
that
Pause.
and that's the funny part. That's the funny part is that like to this day, like I have like different types of friends from different age groups. And like my friend, he said he loves the Wild Samoans. I was like, yeah, but the Usos, they're definitely like the more hybrid of them. It's just like one of those things that like when it comes to like I said, like evolution, like you start off with the Wild Samoans doing headbutts, Samoan drops, punching, all that. Then you got the freaking Usos doing like not 450 splashes, but just like jumping up from the top rope and just going all the way down. And it's just like, dude, imagine if Alpha just did that. like RIP, there you go.
They got Jacob though. Hey, the
Oh
one that's
man,
in
dude.
MLW, right?
Speaking of, yeah, Jacob, I
Yeah,
met him. I
the
met
one
him
that
at a
sound
boogie.
like, not to cut you off,
Hmm.
bro, but he sound like where me and Davis come from, especially where Davis come from. He sound just like Marshawn Lynch and them. I said, oh no, he really is from the Bay. He sounds just like my homeboys.
Oh, dude, like when I met him at Booker T school, like I was this close to like having him over for drinks, because I'm just like, man, like this guy is like the coolest guy ever. Like you could talk to him, and like I said, like you think I talk, this man talks forever, and I'm just like dude, like at this point, I feel like you're wasting my time. At first, I thought I was wasting your time, and now you're wasting my time. Because he's so good and so humble, and then he gets to the point that he's like, you know what, I ramble up too much, like I'll see you next time. And I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, no, that's how it is. Like people that's from Cali, like where we
Hmm.
from, like the Bay, LA, it's some of us really talk. Like you see how Vince Staples is.
Hmm.
So imagine that with the men and women where we
That's
come from. I'm
crazy.
the least talkative person out of everybody I know from back home, believe it or not.
Man, that's funny, man. And like I said, like one of those things that when you talk to somebody and you get that conversation and you start doing that flow, like I said, like you want to record like for an hour, and I'm just like, well, I think I can only do 30 minutes. I feel like the more we talk, the more we chop it up, as they say in podcast world. It's like next thing is like an hour, and I was just like, oh my god, I actually did last an hour. You know,
Yeah.
wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, this your first time ever. So I'm gonna tell you. Oh, so you had Iron Man matches.
As I could say, yeah. I performed my Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart WrestleMania 12.
Well, you better than me because I'm definitely 3-minute warning. R.I.P. Rosie.
There you go, man.
So
I love that gimmick, man. That was like so like that was the closest thing to like early 2000s hip hop. That 3-minute warning.
but look, see the Samoa. That's what I'm saying. But they was dressing with FUBU outfits, and it's like 04. So FUBU was kind of dead. But I'm like, that's all they probably could find for their big asses. Just some FUBU clothes.
Oh no, trust me. I used to be a chubby kid. I know all about food. Fubu.
Facts.
Shout out to Fala Paredes. If you're from Houston, you know Fala Paredes.
Oh, that's a swap meet.
No, that's like the below the discount store.
Oh, like the swap meet, right? Or that's just
Oh,
like the
that's what it's
little.
called. Okay. Okay. I
Yeah,
didn't know
like they
that's what
call
it's
it the
called.
flea market. We call it the swap meet where I'm from.
All right. I just think it's like, all right, what's below Marshalls? All right, City Trend. All right, whatever below City Trend is.
Hey, but no, I know what you're talking about now. Cause in LA they got a store. I forgot the name of the store, bro. But it's like I'll look it up and send it to you. But they be having like the t-shirts. You feel me? It ain't gonna last you, but probably a week. But you get you a little white
Yeah.
tee for about
Mm-hmm.
$2. You feel me? You get you some jeans for
Yeah.
about $20 tops. Like I went in
Mm-hmm.
there. I got my basketball short, man. I need to go there. I need some more basketball shorts and everything. You go out there, bro. You spend $50, you gonna come out with some clothes. But
Oh no,
once you wash
trust me.
them
Yeah.
motherfuckers one time, hey, they gonna shrink.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
and I come from a family that's like when clothes shrink, hey, you're getting fat. Hey, you need to get on a diet. I'm like, bro, I'm only 8. You're the one feeding me.
Right.
You're the one that doesn't want to cook. You want to take me to McDonald's. I'm happy with McDonald's. Like I can't complain.
Hey, shouts out to for Houston or just Texas in general having the best Mexican food, bro. They got better Mexican food in LA. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Y'all
If
beat
y'all
us.
ever, if y'all ever in Houston, there's this place called Don Rey. There's 2 locations.
Mhm.
Don Rey, they have the best Mexican food, the best chilaquiles ever. If you ever in Houston, I will take you there. Mark my words.
Hey, I need to come out there. We was in Dallas, obviously. That's when I first met you too, which is crazy. This is just how my mind works, just because I'm always like a right now, tomorrow person. So I don't really reflect, or lately I haven't really reflected on what's been going on the past months, let alone past couple years. But
Mm-hmm.
seeing this man, like, all right, so brief story. GC GCW, we there, right? You
Yeah.
know, shouts out to the people that's actually, passionate about what they do. So I'm not knocking them, but I'm just gonna say it'd be
Mm-hmm.
people there that hot dog and a handshake and they want to be nasty. That's neither here nor there. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so we, what I mean, we let out whoop de whoop whoop. So I'm in there looking at all the souvenirs and stuff. You know what I mean? I see whoever, you feel me? Y'all know how I get down. But then I see this man, right? I ain't know who he was. He came out of nowhere on everything. And he was like, yo, can I he didn't ask for my autograph because I ain't shit. But he asked for he asked everybody else. I'm not making this up, people. So I said, all right, cool. I ain't even know who he was. No
It'll
disrespect.
be
I ain't
my
know who
turn
he was.
soon.
I thought he was like, because I never seen him before. You feel me? I never seen this man before. So I was just like, he came out of nowhere and he was like, hey, can I get your autograph to Davis and Math? And they was like, the fuck? And they knew who he was at that point, but I think they were just like throwing off, like, you asking for my autograph? And then they was like, I was like, Davis, look, you got fans now, shit. He was like, you dumb fuck or something. He was like, that's Eddie. I'm like, well, I don't know how he look, bro. And I was like, oh, but then when they said it, I said, oh shit, what up? As soon as he said that's Kung Fu Eddie, I said, oh shit, what up? Because of Black Announce Table. So I didn't put the face to the voice. It's just like with me. People, well, motherfuckers obviously see me on camera now, but people wouldn't, before they initially hear my voice, they don't expect me to sound like this.
All right, my turn. It's my
But he
turn.
got his autograph from everybody. And yeah, tell the story about the autographs because everybody was kind of thrown off like autographs. Like
All
Matt think
right,
he ain't a celebrity. I keep trying to fucking tell him every day.
all right. So I have the autograph somewhere in my room because if anybody knows me, I am a huge collector of collections. Just anything, Funko Pops, autographs, lucha masks, all that stuff. One day I'll show it to you guys. One day I'll do a little like mini MTV cribs of my collection. Like,
Unboxing.
yeah, man, I got this in Juarez in Mexico, you know. So going back to the autograph. So I'm a person that I just like to grab it, and when I bought the T-shirt of the Black Wrestling with Bad News Brown, they sent the postcard with the Bad News Brown, and it was coming up too close to Mania weekend, and like Eve was like iffy about going to Mania weekend, so I didn't take their postcard because they also send postcard when you buy stuff for them. So make sure you buy their stuff if you want to get their postcard.
Yeah, I got a sweater right now.
Oh, like I have the postcard like right in my living room because I'm just a dirty pig. Like
Did you get
I
your
just
sweater?
Oh, I got my sweater.
Okay,
But
right
again,
there.
I'm not gonna wear it till November one time because of Texas weather. Dude, right now, this week we're about to hit 102. So climate change is real.
Where I'm at right nah, bro. And it's only June, son. That's what I'm trying to tell people. Like, nah, hey, y'all didn't believe me. Hey, y'all don't want to believe the truth. Y'all didn't believe Al Gore. He told y'all 91. The jig is up, bro. It ain't supposed to be that hot already in June, bro. Like right now, if I go outside and stand, I'm gonna sweat profusely, and I sweat a lot.
dude, I'm a big guy, so don't even talk about sweating. Um, and then like South Park, they did their episodes with the Al Gore where they were like making fun of him, like, oh, you know, there's no such thing as man big pig. Then like 2 seasons ago, they're like, hey, you know, sorry, yeah, man big appears to exist, and it's just like that's real storytelling. That's real storytelling where like after 10 seasons, you could look back and be like, hey, Al Gore, sorry, and then Al Gore acknowledged it on the Daily Show, so. That
Bro,
was great TV.
did you see on Twitter the video of it snowing in Mexico
Dude,
in June?
I lived it in February 2 years ago or last year. I forgot when it was. But yeah, I'm not surprised that Mexico's getting snow.
I didn't know they
Shoot.
get snow out there,
I didn't know either. even
but
though
now they get snow.
even though FYI guys, if y'all gotta know which Latin American country I'm from El Salvador. Just FYI.
Oh, hey, shouts out to the Salvadorians. You feel me? That's what I grew up around in LA. You feel me? Hey, shouts out to
Yeah.
the
Even though
hashtag
like
the great women of hey man, Salvadorian women. Hey, woo woo.
hey, they are, but my
My
mom's walking
goal.
in. Anyways.
I'm sorry.
All right, so going back to all the way because this is the great part about storytelling, guys. Like you go back to where you were trying to say it. So going back to the autographs. So I see the tall guy math, and I'm just like, yeah,
He
that's
ain't tall.
math.
He
All right,
5'9" is tall to you.
I'm 5'7". I don't.
Exactly. So you was almost eye to eye. It's like Brock
Hey man,
Lesnar and Roman
no,
Reigns.
like when I was looking at him, I was looking at Undertaker, bro. I was like, like, hey, can I
It's
grab him?
platform shoes, but go ahead. Don't be
So
fooled.
I see him first, and I see Fab walking in with Davis, and I'm just like, all right, that's Davis, obviously.
You said like he escorted his child in like a little kid. I see
and
you, James.
yeah, and then I woke up to them, and then Davis went somewhere. I think he went to go find you or something. And
No, he
then
went
like
to
I
go.
walked to,
He
I,
run away and hide from everybody.
yeah, probably. I walk up to Matt and bye, mom. I'm saying bye to my mom.
Bye, mom.
Shouts out to my mom. Diga hola.
Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Adiós.
Adios. Goodbye. You see, my
Mm.
relative mother. She's the one that provides everything for me. The reason why I get my master's. So shout out to her.
No, shouts out to
Anyways,
her.
anyways, um, so I woke up to Bath and Fam, and I was just like, "Hey, let me buy you drinks." And then Fam was like, I don't drink, so I'll take a Coke." I was like, "Well, they have Pepsi products, so I was like at a Buffalo Wild Wings. Well, we have Pepsi."
Wait, did
And
you
then I
introduce
forgot.
yourself?
No, okay.
That's
Little
probably
story.
why. Yeah.
I'm very like low key, and I want to keep it low key. That's why my social media is like very low to nothing. I just have it just because I want to follow stuff like Black Wrestling, anything wrestling or video games and all that stuff. That's the only reason I have social media. Like social media to me is pointless, but that's another
It
story
is.
another day.
Nah, for real. We're gonna talk about that because
So
I've grown
yeah,
past the need for social media.
same.
Except for
And then
TikTok. TikTok, number one app.
that's I have an opinion about that one.
We
Anyways,
gonna talk
so,
next episode or whatever.
so
We're gonna talk. Boy, TikTok. Hey, you see, I just post the promo shit on there, but hey, TikTok, me and Eve be talking about TikTok. Everything you need is on there. You feel me? That's all I'm gonna
I
say.
I just think about the
Matter of fact.
song, but and I still don't know the name of it. You tick tocking, you don't stop.
Hey
Ooh,
man,
and
listen.
I still don't,
You talking about the Fat Joe song?
I don't even
They
know,
ain't say
man.
TikTok.
I feel like it's an oldie. um, and then knowing me, it's probably not that old. It's probably like 90s or early 2000s.
Yeah, we
All
gonna
right,
talk off here
so
about it. Because I think I know what
yeah.
song you talking about.
All right, so going back to the story, because again, we're great storytellers.
Yeah, no
um,
fact.
so I got him drinks. We watched the show, which was for the culture, because I bought the GCW package. I wanted to buy the front row, but I was a minute too late, so I got second row. And then we were watching the show, and I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna wait till like afterwards, because again, like I look at the black wrestling as celebrities. So just like any wrestlers, you're gonna wait either before or after the show, or maybe just win them over with drinks, and that's what I did. And then afterwards, like we went to the other side of the room where they do the meet and greets and all that stuff. I took care of my meet and greets with Shane Taylor Promotions. What's the Hit Rose new name? I forgot their name. Hitmakers.
Uh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hitmakers. Hitmakers.
Shouts out to Brianna
MJ.
Brady.
Mm, shout out to our OnlyFans. Anyways. Uh,
Hey, listen. I got it, but I don't got it. If you feel me.
I support small local businesses.
Hey man,
Anyways,
you better
so
send that login. Go ahead.
anyways, MJ Jenkins,
I
Trisha
thought you about to
Adore.
say
I met
MGK.
yeah, I met MGK. Well, for some odd reason, the doc was there for meet and greet. I was like, I don't know why, but I wanted to meet
Who?
the doc. I wanted to meet a member from NWA.
You. You said who?
The doc, DLC.
The doc was there?
Yeah, you didn't know
No,
that?
he was. Nah, the doc wasn't there.
Give me a
Bruh,
second.
yeah, you gotta send me that picture. I ain't see DLC.
I gotta find it because it's been a hot minute.
Bruh, ain't no way he was there. I for sure would have said something. I don't even be fanning out like that. Except for the women. I wouldn't even be fanning out like that.
Where is?
That's crazy. I
There
did
he
not
is.
see the DLC. That's a legend, bruh.
All right, I'm sending.
That's crazy. I swear I didn't see him.
Well, checking the timeline, it was before the show.
Oh, that's why. Okay. So we just came through. Like, this ain't WWE and just left.
Yeah, first the advertisement was that he was gonna do like a mini show, and like he was gonna do like an intro show and all that stuff, like answer Q&A, but only like 5 people showed up, and then he was just like, you know what, just ask your questions, and then he was cool about it. He wasn't like shy about it. He was just like, well, this is a wrestling event. I didn't expect anybody to know who I am. And then
Right. I was about to say they not, you know what I mean? They not educated. They not cultured. At the end.
hold on. But typical wrestling fans, they all come a little late, and then like right at like 1:30 ish, that's when everybody started showing up with their DOC album, and they were just like, wait, where is he? And then one of his promoters, he's like, oh, he's getting his friend. His friend was a little bit of. So he did his thing, and then he came back, and he was just like all happy and stuff. He's like, oh, where were y'all at? I was like, we were waiting for y'all.
Okay, so I
Um,
take back what I said, kind of, but still. I felt like they wasn't gonna know who the DOC was, but you definitely
oh
Dallas
no,
legend.
they were all late. They were all late. Like I was the first one, and then 3 other guys. They're like, oh yeah, we came in super early because like we got other things to do. Because anybody that knows anything about Mania weekend, you're gonna have a lot of events. You're gonna miss a lot of events. So you pick and choose, cherry pick, whatever. I chose to be around the GCW area and did the Mania second night. Yeah. Now Going all the way back to the
Yeah,
autographs because we're great storytellers. That should be my name. um, so
you
I
should,
asked
bro.
Matt for his autograph, and then I went up to Fam, and then Fam was just like all humble and stuff, and like I left him like hanging for like 2 seconds. I felt like it was longer, and I dabbed him up, and I was like, I'm sorry, thank you for all of this and all that stuff, and I told him like when I subscribed and all that stuff, and then I walk up to Davis, and please remind me, were you wearing a mask?
Oh, I wear a mask just to wear it.
Okay, that's why I didn't recognize you. So there you go. That's why I
Listen,
didn't get his autograph.
yeah, that I wear. Let me tell y'all something. When I'm in these public events, even though it's a little weird now, I wear a mask for a reason. You feel me? I ain't on the run. I just don't. You feel me? I'm trying to stay low.
Hey
I was
man,
the only
can't breathe
person there with a
sleep.
mask. Yeah. Hey, listen. I was at Wale Mania with the mask on. The only person there.
Oh, don't even talk about it.
I was like,
That's the only
step in
show
the
I
name
missed.
of love. You ain't miss, huh? You ain't miss much.
Oh, okay. That is
And
good to
listen,
know.
let me tell y'all what I did because I like snitching on myself when it relates to something that I don't care about. I did this. I got my foe. I left. That's all. Everybody, it's an infamous story about me leaving out of nowhere. Yeah, hey, when the mission is done, I don't want to talk
he's
about no
he,
wrestling. I can't hear. Hey, this for the.
he's like Swayze. He's a ghost.
Yeah, I'm out here. Hey, listen, I was trying to get something going on with the Potter hands and the female. You feel me?
There you go.
Respectfully,
Always respectfully consent. Consent.
all the time. You feel me? But nah, go ahead, cause
All right. So
yeah, I
I
did
asked
have the mask
Davis.
on.
All right, and I asked Davis, and Davis was just like, yeah, he was like writing his autograph, and then you asked like, hey man, who's this guy asking for your autograph? And I was just like,
Cause I'm
first
a
of
shit talker.
all,
Yeah,
first of all, and I was like, this is the famous David, and then David was just like, this is Eddie, man, you didn't know, and then that's when like, oh shit, that's
yeah.
Eddie, what's up, man? Hey, what's up, man? I was just like, first of all, Davis, how do you know I was Eddie?
Facts. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, how he know?
he's like, hey, can you tell? That's Eddie, man. And like,
But when I
if
heard your
anybody's
voice, I
seen,
said, "Oh, that is him." Yeah.
yeah, and then that's where I introduced Banks, and we just started talking, and then he did his Banks day, be like, hey man, whenever you want to hang out, talk about it, hey man, just let me know. And I was like, for sure, for sure. And then I walked out, like I was just
Wait,
tired. I was
go
just
ahead.
like,
Say it again for the people that don't think even though people know I'm a man of word. That was April. No, that was like March 31st. Yeah, March 31st, 2022. I said I was gonna do it. It is now what almost 3 months later, but it happened.
well, this is a different services cast, which is another podcast for another day. So yes, Banks, he is a man of his word, but that's what happens when you work so hard and create successful content. So just let you know that just a little boop, go speak. Anyway, so after I met them and all that stuff, we left and all that stuff, and then I started listening to the latest episode of Black Wrestling and Black Announce Table, and Eve called me out to go to LA, and I was just like, I don't want to go to LA, but
No,
he's
you
calling
got
me
some.
out, so I have to now. Like at first, like the only time I want to go to LA is for Bola, if anybody knows about Bola,
Mm-mm.
and then Black Wrestling was the one that made me laugh so much because Fam was just like, "Hey man, shout out to Cufu Eddie, man. He gave us some drinks. He was so humble and he was asking for autographs, man. He was so cool." And then like, God, what's his name? I always forget his name. The,
Who? One of
I
the
was
hosts on there?
Yeah, the main one, the one
Cal.
that Cal. There you go, Cal with a
Cal.
K.
Yeah.
Cal with a K. He's just like, who the fuck is Cufu Eddie? I just started laughing so hard. I was just like, I was not insulted. I don't get insulted easily. I just started laughing so hard. I was just like, yes, my name means something.
Hey,
So
that because first of all, Cal is a celebrity. You feel me? So he don't know who I
he's
am.
yeah, he is actually a celebrity.
I text him
And
on Sunday, and every time I text him, I'm surprised he responds. Like I'm surprised when a lot of people respond to me. I'm like, bro, y'all don't know who the fuck I am. I met Cal in person
yeah,
though, but I'm still like, I don't, you know what I mean? I'll be like,
no,
man, these
Banks
people
is
don't know
a
who the fuck I am.
Banks is Pharrell of podcasting. Anyways,
I
so
wish, bruh. The
it's
Neptunes,
it's all right.
Yeah, the Neptune's the reason why I be doing shit like this, and Kanye.
Yeah, there you go. See
Those
what
are
I
my
mean?
dudes growing
See
up.
what I mean, guys? See what I
Yeah.
mean?
Like
Anyway,
I needed
so
Khalees because if you can have Khalees sound good, yeah, you are a legend. Because she can't sing worth a fuck, but her second album is a masterpiece.
chef's kiss, as they say. Anyway, so to wrap it all up, so Fab was just like hyping me up, and then like I think it was either Davis or Math, I don't remember, that told me that I look like super crazy from the Mexico, and I was just like, all right, you know what? 5 seconds later, I said I wasn't insulted, but now I am insulted.
You know
Hence
what's
why,
fucked up?
hence why I cut my hair. You know, I have
I got to
the
keep it a buck with you, not to cut you off. I said that on Saturday with me and Eve recorded. I said, "Oh, my son, super crazy from ECW is straight." That's fucked up. That's
dude.
racial.
Again, like again, all I had to do was laugh because I went after I heard that, I went to the mirror and I was just like, yeah, I look like super crazy.
So,
Yeah, the onda.
hey man, super crazy a legend. I don't give a fuck, bro. When I used to, we gonna
Dude,
talk about that.
dude, yeah, we're gonna talk about it because we have to go home as the kids say, because I got an appointment and Banks has another 1,000 podcasts that he has to do.
Wait, what type of appointment you got?
Oh, if we have to get personal, it involves oil.
Hey man, follow me at the BVD Pod. This man trying to move like the owner of the Patriots. All right, I see you, Robert Kraft. Talking about some
I'm about to
oil.
make some changes. There you go.
Hey man, shouts out to hey, never mind. Y'all know how I get down. Never mind. I ain't like
Oh, y'all
Buddy
don't know
with the
how I get
Texas.
down.
Hold on, I ain't like Buddy
Yeah.
from the Texas though. Hold on, I ain't like that.
Oh, don't even start. Oh my god,
Hey,
dude.
bro, that's yeah.
Watson,
We definitely gonna have a lot
Watson.
to talk about. Hey, I'm gonna let y'all know right now. Me and Eddie gonna run it up a lot. Hey, maybe. All right. So breaking news. He got his podcast. I'm gonna produce for him. We gonna work on that. But until then, he just probably gonna be on Pardon the Banks every time I do these, or when I'm not doing it by myself. I'm gonna have Eddie on because we got a lot of shit to talk about, man. And this
Yes,
Eddie
yes.
first time recording. How the fuck this? Hold on, let me cut the promo. Let me get on the A cam before we go home. Let me get on the A cam. How the fuck this his first podcast and he better than a lot of y'all? That's a damn shame. My lips chappy as hell. How the fuck this his first episode of anything and he better than a lot of podcasters? You feel I ain't gonna never mind, man. He got equipment. That's all I'm gonna say. This his first time. And he got
Yeah,
it.
man. I got
Not to
wireless
bury anybody.
headphones. I got wireless headphones.
So not to bury nobody. He got equipment. He told me 3 weeks ago when we was trying to set this up, but you see, everything is in God's timing. You don't rush anything because it's gonna happen when it's supposed to happen. You see, so and I like recording in the morning, as y'all saw on Sunday with Davis. If you record in the morning, I got all the energy in the world because once it start getting about 4, 5 o'clock, I'm like, all right, bro. But but I say all that to say, listen, this is first thing ever. Not burying anybody, but it's just a fact. This man hasn't even. This is first thing ever. He about to start doing podcasts and he got his equipment. What the fuck excuses do y'all have?
It's what happens when banks tell me to move mountains, and no, that's it. That's all the flowers I'm gonna give because I have my limit of flowers I could give this man.
Yeah, none.
But again, I appreciate this. Again, we've been talking about this, and I've been wanting to do this. You were motivating me to do this, and again, like I just appreciate the time and the effort that you put in. Again, because like anything that happens in my future podcast that I said I'm gonna do a future podcast, it's all gonna go towards you. Like I the only thing I want to do, I just want to talk and have fun. As you can see, like you see some of my pearly whites. I like to smile. I like to laugh. That's all I do. So if y'all like what I do, please follow me, Kung Fu Eddie 93 at Instagram. That's the only thing I actually use. TikTok, I'll show you some videos.
I'm gonna get this man on TikTok, me and Eve, because everything on it. Like I said, everything. I done
Yes.
seen goddamn Sudanian what they call freedom fighters and shit. Motherfucking got the real, you feel me? They got the T.he joints going crazy. I said, oh, this they putting this. I done seen motherfuckers drive tank. Listen, get on TikTok. But if you want to see me on TikTok,
TikTok and you don't stop.
I'm gonna find that song too, because he ain't gonna stop. And I think I know what song it
Ooh.
is. Oh, that's Boys to Men, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know, man.
And I thank you. I'm tripping. But a lot of 90s songs used to use that. But listen, follow me. I tell people, if you want to be a weirdo, go ahead. Follow me at I am not Banks on IG and Twitter. I don't say nothing. I delete my shit after 2 hours. If you didn't see it, you didn't see it. On Twitter. On IG, it stay up 24 hours because I use that more than anything. But I'm telling y'all, follow me at I am not Banks on TikTok. What you want to see. I ain't got no weird shit on there. And all the women I follow are 25 or so. You feel me? They're respectable age. I ain't like a lot of y'all indie wrestlers anyhow. But
If you can't own your own car insurance, you're too young for me.
what he said, and Eddie younger than me, he's saying that, you feel me? I like them old women, bro. I'm 35, 50-year-old. That's the type of women I follow on TikTok, you feel me? The ones that say they ain't need no man for nothing. Anyhow, once again, this is
Yeah, we
Banks.
gotta wrap it up.
Yeah, this is Partner Banks, number 8. He got to go get his oil put on his body. Same thing. He'll be back. Thank you, Eddie, once again for coming through, bro. I'm glad we finally got this in. This ain't the first time.
Banks.
This is the first time. It won't be the last. But he ain't putting no
There
oil
you
on
go.
me. Be safe.
That's what homie.
Drop it. I don't want to talk about it.
Drop it, hell. I want to hear about this, homie.
I said forget about it, cuz.